Hello and welcome to an album a day, 80. Wow, 80 days. That's a lot. Today we have an album that I really love. It's very special to me. This is where the history of this artist slash band gets a little bit muddled because you had David Coverdale's Whitesnake, you have this album, then you have Snakebite, which is not a Whitesnake album, even though it is a Whitesnake album, and then you have what, Trouble? I think, yeah, Trouble is the first official Whitesnake album. They're all being renamed as they've gotten re-released. It's kind of a muddy history, but today we're talking about David Coverdale, Northwinds. Love this album. This one, first of all, just the color scheme of the sky, that immediately is going to be something I'm going to be like, wow, what's that? Got to take a look. The headshot, kind of weird. You know, they talked about this quite a bit on the Deep Purple podcast when they covered this album. But this came out in 1978, so we're talking just a couple years after the initial demise of Deep Purple. This album I have on Purple Records from 1978, so it is an initial run release. And I don't think that Purple Records had printed a lot of these because it seems like there were a couple of companies that that had released this. But in any case, yeah, absolutely beautiful. You can see the album cover a little bit better here. Then on the back, and this one's kind of dark. Like you really don't get to see a lot of the detail on it, but it is very nice. And again, just that sky, absolutely love that. The font actually is not too bad. I dig that. This cover's in really good condition too, I have to say. It's got a really weird texture to it too. It's I don't know how you would say it, but it's almost like it was spray painted because it's got a little bit of bumps. I don't know, that seems like the wrong word, but in any case, it's got an interesting texture to it. I'll just say it that way. On the inside, we have this incredibly faded picture of David Coverdale. And then we have the lyrics to Northwinds, the title track, and then we have the lyrics to the rest of the songs. Let's see who's on this. We've got Mickey Moody, that leads right into Whitesnake. We've got Tim Hinckley on electric piano, Alan Spinner on bass, Tony Newman on drums, Graham Prescott on electric string thing, Roger Glover, ARP 2600 synthesizer. I actually have an ARP Odyssey digital version of it. Love it. Absolutely loved it. Liz Strike, who's a great singer, Irene Cantor, Doreen Cantor on vocals, David Coverdale, acoustic piano and vocals. So, you know, Mickey Moody, he would go on to work with him quite extensively in Whitesnake. I have to tell you, so the song Northwinds, absolutely love. Great travel song. If I ever took a train anywhere, I would have to have that song with me. It just fits perfectly, but it's a great travel song. There are some songs on here that ended up on the second side of Snakebite, which is why things get a little bit confusing, and I don't know how that worked as to all the rights holders and that, but Keep On Giving Me Love was the opening track to the second side, one of my favorite David Coverdale songs. Give Me Kindness, amazing. You know, I'm not a big like blues fan, but that is a fantastic song. Time and Again, performed that live with my buddy Doug Scott when I was attending Colorado Tech for a few months before I burn out, working a ridiculous amount trying to make all that work. But it's a great song. This features a sort of a swirly electric piano effect, which was a lot of fun, but Doug played those parts on acoustic guitar, which was a lot of fun. Queen of Hearts was the second song on Snakebite. Absolutely love this, especially the ending, the way that it just kind of goes out. I'm going to skip this song and come back to it because it's one of my all-time favorite songs. Say You Love Me, beautiful ballad, definitely worth listening to. I mean, it really evokes memories of the time when I was getting into this album. But yeah, absolutely beautiful song, and really shows, I think, one of the best opportunities to really hear what David can do emotionally. I would say it's up there with Mistreated, which is, you know, said to be one of his best songs. Breakdown is the last song on the album, and that is a song about the demise of Deep Purple. But the song I skipped and I'm coming back to, this is the third song on the second side of Snakebite and one of my all-time absolute favorite songs. This is the one that Roger is playing the ARP 2600 on. Beautiful synthesizer. This is called Only My Soul. And the it's a beautiful song as it is, but when you get to the ending after the long instrumental section, which is just really feels like a time of reflection and thought, and then you come into this last part where, I mean, the emotion that David exudes in the vocal is just unbelievable. He did an unplugged version of this during COVID when he was doing acoustic versions of his songs on the internet, and it was good. But there was just something about this version. I've never heard another version besides those two. I don't know if it was ever played live, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite all-time songs ever. So check that out, Only My Soul. You can check that out on Snakebite or Northwinds, but check out this whole album. Seriously, guys, Northwinds, amazing album from David Coverdale. It is listed as a David Coverdale album and not a Whitesnake album. I think the reissue was still listed as David Coverdale, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, really happy to own this 1978 copy from Purple Records, part of my Purple Records collection. And yeah, you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.